Nintendo deserves an award because they know how to squish hype or excitement for a product faster than pretty much any company I have ever seen. Welcome to the Oakles channel. Thanks for watching today. And we are, of course, talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. And specifically, we are talking about the fan reaction to a very negative aspect of the system. And that is going to be the price of the games. If you go back 2 days ago, pretty much the entire internet was set ablaze by just simply hype, excitement for the Switch 2. And now the company is being talked about for an entirely different reason. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the actual games. They are only talking about the price of specifically Mario Kart World being an $80 game, physically or digitally. I know other regions have it separate as far as different cost perspectives and whatnot, but here in the United States, it's going to be $80 whether you get it physically or digitally. And fans are saying this is just simply, you finally broke the camel's back. This is too much to charge for a individual video game. And I know Sony pushed it for a while, $70. Xbox pushed it for a while, $70. And even Nintendo, if the Tears of the Kingdom, pushed it for $70. No one broke the $80 point until they announced Mario Kart World. And pretty much no one cares anything about this game at all. They only care about the price. And they really let their voices be heard today, specifically to Nintendo when they did their Nintendo Treehouse Live, because Nintendo basically tried to broadcast all the features of the game, how fun the game is going to be, the graphics of the game. No one cared. The entire chat log, we're going to look at it all in just a second, was just lit up about how they need to drop the price, how they're out of touch with the consumer, how they need to lower the price. Nintendo has priced out their audience here, and no one talked about the game at all. They just simply continued to basically appeal and spam to Nintendo and just kept saying, you are out of your mind at this point. And if you even go to the actual YouTube video uploaded a little bit later of the Treehouse Live, conveniently the chat is not there. However, if you go down to the comments, Nintendo is getting blasted in the comments. You can go through at least 100 comments on here, and you will not see a single person talking about the hype for the game, the excitement of features, the graphics. Like I said, nothing is being talked about except for they have basically taken it too far for price. And we're going to look at it here. It starts off negative and it pretty much never gets positive. One of the greatest things about Nintendo's Treehouse is how everyone was spamming drop the prices in the chat. Nintendo definitely saw it. Watching Treehouse clips makes me feel like it's 2017 again. Unfortunately, now I'm an adult who needs to pay for things, so it can't be that nostalgic. It's a shame they couldn't add the chat back into the video. I remember the community really connected around the game in such a heartwarming way. Obviously, taking a little poke at the chat that was going on. It's kind of bad when more people are talking about the cost of the game rather than the actual gameplay. Like I said, no one's talking about the gameplay. Nintendo, sorry customer, we can't give credit. Come back when you're a little richer. The dedication of everyone saying drop the price is so fun to me, but I respect them for that. People are saying lower the price. This really is a replay of the Treehouse from earlier. I seem to remember the live chat having a certain opinion they were very keen to share during the stream. Everyone saying drop the price melted my heart. Always love communities coming together for a good cause. Wow, the game looks amazing. I wonder what the live chat thought of the game. Wish I was there to check it out because Nintendo has not put the chat back on there. $80 is a ludicrous price to pay for a standard edition game. Drop the prices. I mean, you can just simply go through these endlessly and it's going to be exactly the same thing as you look through all of them. No one is talking about the actual quality of the game. They are only talking about the price of Mario Kart World. Now, is this going to cause Nintendo to change things? Possibly, possibly not. I know when the 3DS came out, it was originally like $250, I think, and they dropped the price to $170 because no one was buying it. And that could happen with the Switch as far as like some of the games out there. But I don't think it's going to happen at least for a good while because the first people that are going to adopt the console are your hardcore gamers. And then once they're done adopting it, we're going to see how the families actually go about getting it for their children and such. And we're going to see if they actually put forth the price tag. So we're going to probably really see the effects of this in about a year, if I was guessing. But it doesn't actually stop with just simply Mario Kart World. The other game that really got people talking about was Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which should have been a pack-in game for the system. It basically displays what the system does. And they want, I think it's like $10 or $20 for it. And basically, the entire chat for this during the Treehouse Live blew them up the entire time on how idiotic it was to make people pay for a game that should have been free of the console. We'll look at the actual chat here, not the chat, but the comments on the YouTube video afterwards. It says that the person who decided that this virtual manual shouldn't be a free pack-in title, I hope they step on a Lego. And there's really no greater thing or worse thing you could wish upon someone. Charging for this is a wild move. Super generous of Nintendo for letting us watch this for free. Absolutely. I can't imagine a single person buying a tutorial. The comment section is priceless, like this thing should have been. That's pretty clever right there, I'll give it to them. The fact that this isn't free is genuinely baffling. The tech demo should be free. Wii Sports was free. A tech demo that isn't free, insane. PlayStation gave us a tech demo as a platform game for free. Later made a full game based on the tech demo and got Game of the Year for it. Well, I can't imagine Nintendo actually being able to make a game out as the Game of the Year, but point taken. But you can see here, if you just scroll through the comments, every single one of them is negative. They're only talking about how it should have been a pack-in game. No one is talking about the actual game itself. No one cares. They're just simply going against Nintendo based upon the pricing of some of these individual titles. But I will say, like, if you pull away from the titles that are obviously overpriced for consumers, and you go to the games that are somewhat more reasonably priced, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, and you look for the comments of that, the drop to price really isn't as prevalent. They're more focused on the actual gameplay. They're more focused on the new features they're going to get. Yes, there's occasional drop to price in there, but most people are more focused on what they're actually getting as a product, which goes to show fans are probably willing to pay the $70 mark, but they are not willing to jump all the way over to the $80. And Nintendo basically needs to take a look at the overall comment here and see that if they have it at $70, people comment about the game. They put it at $80, they comment about the price. Nintendo needs to rethink their strategy and probably go back to more of these $70 price range for the games, or even cheaper. The one that I was really surprised about, like that no one seemed to have a problem with, was Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and they switched 2 editions, so $20 more, and you get the DLC with it, and they are charging $80 for that one because they were rationing it out or reasoning it out as a $60 Switch game, and then you get a $20 DLC, $80. But you gotta keep in mind, like, the game came out like 2 years ago, so it's really more of a $40 game plus a $20 DLC. It should be a $60 game, but some reason people are not as upset about this one. Most people are seem to be content for the $80 price range on that one, or at least as far as the comments go. No one is outright saying it's too expensive. I was confused on that because to me that one was also a little bit on the pricey side. And so when it comes to the hype of Nintendo Switch 2, they went from being, like I said earlier, the most talked about, anticipated thing in the entire world to now having the majority of the conversation that's being clipped online or put out there online or in the news articles is all about the actual prices of some of the games like Mario Kart and to a lesser degree the Welcome Tour. And I think the thing that is bothering fans the most is just simply the precedent that Nintendo is setting here, as if this game is $80 and Cyberpunk is $80 and Kirby and the Forgotten World is $80, which other games are going to be $80, and it's just simply going to be the new going rate for Nintendo's biggest games that come out. And yeah, I do know Donkey Kong Bonanza, $70, and some reason it's not $80. I don't know. No one on the internet seems to understand it, but it does set a bad precedent for Nintendo being the first company to break that $70 price range, get up to $80, and where are they going to stop? And does Nintendo really need it at this point? They are like one of the biggest companies in the entire world, and they are not giving back to fans in pretty much any way. But what do you all think? Do you think Nintendo has lost their mind here? Do you think that they are too greedy? Do you think that $80 is too much? Or do you feel like there's something we don't know about Mario Kart? Are they going to update it for free? We're going to get free DLC? What's going to happen? Why is this getting an $80 game? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos listed up above, and go out there, find a great game to play. Simply have a great rest of the day.